let's move on to Senator and astronaut, Mr. Marcos Cesar Pontes from Brazil, the Federal Senate of Brazil. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and good morning again. Well, this is a very good opportunity for us to talk about important issues that we can work together here. As I said in the morning, of course, I'm going to say something about space as well. But as I said in the morning, it's time for us to work together. And as we can see, Brazil and Korea have been working for 60 years with very good results up to now. We have about 50,000 Koreans living in Brazil, which is really, really good. That started in 1963 with 109 Koreans that arrived in São Paulo. And our trade balance is about $12 billion. So it's important to have those numbers in mind. Let me start, since I said something about space, let me start with this. When my family is not a rich family, I start saying this because normally people say, well, this is the first astronaut from Brazil and first one professional from the South Hemisphere, must be rich. No, I came from a very poor family. And I remember those times when I was young. I used to go to work with my father. And so we walked together. And then he used to tell me, you know, treat other people the way you want to be treated. And this is important because we are all the same, he used to say. And that's right. So as an astronaut, when I went to space in 2006, I had the opportunity of seeing back to the planet. And it's a beautiful planet. And I can tell you this, we feel very small when we see Earth from there. It's amazing because we are all small, we are all the same, and we are all part of the same thing. And it's important to have this in mind because he was right. We are the same, pretty much. And then that comes to the idea of this forum. Exactly, I want you to keep in mind this perspective of looking the planet from outside, our beautiful blue spacecraft that we call Earth. So keep in mind, as I proceed here, keep in mind about what we are as crew members of this beautiful blue spacecraft that we call Earth. Let me start with this. So, technology, for sure, technology has given us tools to transform our world. We have new equipment, new technologies every day, and this is important. Countries like Korea has used education, science, technology, innovations to transform the history and the quality of life of the population. And we have to have that to the rest of our world. It's not easy. It's not easy. But it's possible. This is important. It's possible to make those changes. Although we have all these technologies, we also have problems. As I said in the morning, we have big problems on this planet that we have to tackle together. We have to work together, like water scarcity, fresh water, food. We have climate change and pollution as some of things that are increasing the problems. We have energy problems. We have health problems that we have to work together as well. As we saw during the last pandemics, the only way to survive is to work together. And I'm repeating this because of the sense of this meeting that we have here. When we talk about Brazil itself, I could spend a lot of time here talking about Brazil and what we are achieving there in that country. First of all, you must realize that Brazil is a huge country. We have resources, natural resources that allow us to be one of the biggest producers, food producers of the world. And that's not the only thing. We also have biodiversity that can provide new drugs, new medications, new products from there in a sustainable way. We have the oceans. We have a big shoreline. Of course, the use of the ocean resources also important in a sustainable way. And all this is possible, and all this we can do together. I just heard about the plastic. Microplastic is a big problem that we have to work together. And so many things that we can talk together. We can do this. Let me talk a little bit about science, technology, and innovations in Brazil. I'm a former Minister of Science, Technology, Innovations, and Communications of Brazil. So it is exactly inside what I've been working the last 4 years. And by going by some of the areas there, technology for food production. In Brazil, we started developing this technology in the 80s with Embrapa, is one of the companies there that allow us to use a lot of technologies to produce in the same area that we are using. So we don't need to expand the area. We don't need to be inside the rainforest or things like this. So we are preserving that area and using the area that we have for agriculture to increase the production. And for that, of course, we need technology, and we are developing that technology, and that can be developed in partnership with Korea and other countries in Latin America and Caribbean. For sure, that cooperation is really, really important. Digital transformation. Brazil nowadays is the second country behind Korea in digital transformation, according to World Bank. And it's really important. I remember as a minister, I invested a lot in this area, in artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and all other technologies to allow us to go ahead in terms of digital transformation of the country. Of course, this is an kind of technology that allow us to build other technologies on top of that, and that's really important, as well as new materials. Work with niobium, graphene in Brazil. Nowadays we have the best technology to extract and to transform niobium in other equipment, as well graphene. We have the biggest fabric of niobium in the country, industry of niobium. In the country, I mean in Latin America, with the complete national or Brazilian technology for this. And of course that will be transformed in other products, in other types of products. Space technology. Actually, this is the part I like a lot, of course. And I'm really glad to announce that we just had a launch from a Korean company, a space company in Brazil. And that was a successful, very beautiful launch. Also, in terms of ocean, I launched when I was the minister, the Brazilian National Institute for Ocean Research, and also SALAS project. SALAS is a project in the Amazon region with the 50 labs there, open for cooperation to study the biodiversity and to develop new medication, new products using sustainably the rainforest. Also, Brazil is now independent in developing vaccines. This is important for our countries nearby because then we can work together for vaccines like for dengue, Zika, chikungunya, yellow fever, other kinds of disease. We can work together, and now we have the center that makes us independent on this. And we are now, at this moment, testing 3 vaccines there, as well as medications, another developing area that we are working a lot there to have more sustainability. Energy. Brazil has a very sustainable grid of energy. We have 74% of our energy by renewable sources, which is important, but that's not enough. We have to work more in wind energy, solar energy, developing better systems for this, as well as green hydrogen. It's another very important strategy that we've been working there. Other parts here, like startups. We work with Korea, as when I was a minister, to develop new strategies for startups in Brazil, and this has been working very well. And thank you, Korea, for this, and for sure we must continue that cooperation. Again, let me bring you to this part, strategies for the future. 2 minutes, 3 minutes here. We have a lot to work together, for sure. We have so many things that we can do together. Remember that view from our blue spacecraft. Keep that in mind here. it's part of our proposal here. And so, I'm an engineer, so I like to have practical things. And so I'm going to propose you a partnership here with Korea and other countries as well. We have in Brazil this facility. This particle accelerator, fourth generation, is one of the fourth generations in the world, so it's a very advanced piece of equipment. And now we are building at the site of this facility a biosafety level 4 laboratory. And that's important because that will allow us to develop more quickly new vaccines, new medication, or even to study other things like new systems for plants that will be more resilient to climate change, for example. But thinking about the next pandemics, we are going to have other pandemics. We have to work together. This new facility will allow us to work this will be a unique installation, unique facility in the world, having the particle accelerator with the biosafety level 4 connected to it. So scientists can work very little viruses, and also they can see the virus in action with the cell at the protein level. That's unique, and that is open for partnership. And that's what I'm opening here for us to work together, for sure to get better vaccines more quickly, more medicine for whatever disease we want to work. And also think about our population. They are going to be older soon. And we need more care in terms of health, in terms of food production as well, because of course climate change will affect all these things. So those two areas, food production and health, they are very important for us as a partnership to work together. So again, I'm opening this possibility of partnership with this facility. We can talk about this later, but for sure that would be good for everyone in here and for these countries represented here and for the entire planet. For sure, that would be very important. Again, keep in mind that idea that I brought here about the planet, our blue, beautiful blue spacecraft. We have 7 billion about that, crew members. We have to take care of our planet, and we have to do that together. It's time to work together. It's time to put aside any kind of differences that we have. We don't want wars. We don't want those kind of things. We are just one beautiful blue spacecraft, and we want to be happy on it. So, and I'm counting with every one of you, okay? So thank you very much, and I'll be here for questions. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Senator Marcos Cesar Pontes.